Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
I swear that's gotta be the best joke I've ever told.
I know,
cannot
right?
believe it. I'm so glad you were there to witness it. I mean, I cannot believe
I mean,
it.
Jedi says super early in case I fall asleep. Well, one, don't fall asleep. It's Thursday. We need that energy. And two, like, yeah, you can't fall asleep after a joke like that. Oh, if you're gonna put in the feature for the ambient music, that might.
Sorry, God.
Yeah, but
If
this
you were
is
here last
more
week-
massage parlor, like fall asleep
Yeah.
to music.
You would know.
I like the Feed the Ducks one. That's the one. That's the one I had going before we were in here. StreamYard actually has a feature now where we can do background. Yeah, this one.
Well, if you guys had watched last week's show, you would have known.
I mean, I had things and stuff, Rick.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, it's as a lot of our viewers know, if you can't catch us live here every Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, where you can also catch these wonderful gentlemen here, and Matt being completely enthusiastic. You can just watch. You just hit those notifications, and it lets you know that we've recorded, and then you can watch it at your leisure.
That is true. We do have a full backlog available on the Figure Action YouTube channel. But hey, before we get started, let's talk about one. If you're watching us here live, thank you. We love our audience, so thanks for tuning in. We've already got a bunch of cool folks hanging out with us in the chat. And Toy Mafia, yes, indeed, we do miss our good friend Nightwingnum. Big shoes to fill. But Toy Mafia, thank you for always being one of the first folks in the chat. I got to shout you out on that. And if you're watching us here, whether live or pre-record or after the recording, not pre-recorded because we don't pre-record for much yet, make sure you kielbasa slam that like button. I know I got a comment saying I won't kielbasa slam anything, but hey, if you're not going to kielbasa slam it, smash the like button.
Jedi Mindset said you went to see the Batman. I have not seen it yet. Can you guys, without putting spoilers, just put your opinions in the chat? Just curious what you guys that have seen it think about it, because I might try to go see it tomorrow. We'll see.
I think we're going to see it this weekend if we have time. 3 hours is a long movie.
Yeah, you're right. I have heard more often than not people saying that it doesn't feel like 3 hours, that it feels shorter.
May not feel like 3 hours, but you got to commit 3 hours.
True.
Well, probably closer to 4, considering.
Right, because you have to have an hour of commercials, and
Yeah.
you have to meet your broker to see if you have enough stocks to get gas.
But hey, if you don't want to spoil anything, make sure you pop in that live chat where you can tell us your thoughts. Give it a say 1 out of 5 scale if you've seen the movie. And we'll be highlighting and talking to our chat audience throughout the course of the show, as we always do.
Let's make it more interesting. 1 out of 5. Let's make it 1 is the best if your name begins with a vowel, and 5 is the best if your name begins with a consonant. So
yeah,
let's mix this up a little bit.
That's how I felt about Spider-Man after the first 45 minutes. It all just went.
T says 4 out of T. I wish there was some venue you could be on in order to express your opinions.
Come on in and talk about it.
He's at Walmart.
Yeah.
Because toy hunts are more important than the actual toy show.
He's moonlighting for a little channel.
Live toy hunt.
Called Team.
Either that or he's actually on Sony or Pake's channel and just isn't telling us. Hey, Benjamin.
But make sure you pop in that live chat. Also, link in the description below. You can visit our Teespring store where we've got some of the best price podcasting merch out there. You're going to help out our show. You're going to look good doing it. And we've got some really cool designs in there. And stay tuned for after this video because I have an amazing giveaway. We're not going to do this one as a live giveaway, but we've got a really awesome prize package. We'll be drawing a winner for on next week's show. So I'm going to have an instruction video, as I've done in the past, to tell you how to enter. And what's in that prize package is a Studio Series Voyager class Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie, a Core class Studio Series Ravage, and a Figure Action T-shirt from our Teespring store, any design you want. So basically, what we'll do is we'll put that video out tomorrow. It'll tell you how to enter. It'll likely be dropping a comment on this video. We'll do a wheel decide next week, and one lucky subscriber in the continental U.S. and or Canada, I will pay for Canadian shipping, will get their hands on that prize package. So stay tuned for that. So you got to make sure that you're subscribed and ring that notification bell so you see when that video goes live tomorrow with the details on how you can enter and hopefully win some really
Great
cool figures. All right.
Yeah,
So,
Benjamin, that's a great Marvel Legend. That's one of the few I actually own. His toes make me uncomfortable.
Oh, I see. DB says it's the perfect Batman movie. Is it porn? I guess. Man, I wish Adam
It
West
depends
was
on which theater you go to. Like, if you sit down and the seat is a little extra sticky and it doesn't smell like soda, you may want to go get a refund.
Wait a minute.
How would you know these things?
It's all part of the. You get a guide. Don't worry about it. It's all part of the packet.
I hope somebody spilled butter on this seat. Oh, wait. All right. Well, enough about nut butter. Let's talk about how the hell you guys are. Oh, man, I embarrassed Dave over there.
I'm not
Dave,
embarrassed. I'm just
you're ashamed.
ashamed.
Aside from that shame, how the hell are you? And what cool things have you acquired?
Oh, it's been a long week. I did about a 9-day in a row stretch for my job. So one of the fun parts about not having a set schedule is not having set days off. And so it's been a long week. On the other hand, those things been kind of fun. I did finish the Peacemaker show, which I highly recommend. Best thing about the Peacemaker show is the whole thing was pretty much written by James Gunn. Only very few episodes were not directed by, so it has wonderful consistency. And I really can't recommend this show any higher for just a fun, what the fuckery of television programming.
And you
And if
say
you
that
want-
to yourself several times watching it, don't you?
Yes. With great laughter. And the music is amazing. And god damn it, I need a vigilante figure. A lot of these characters are all like not even D-list DC characters. These are like Z-list characters that you can just pretty much fuck around with no fanboys really bitching about it, because whatever was written about these guys was horrible, and everything that James Gunn did with this show is so much better.
I find it hard to even skip the intro.
You
So,
can't.
Yeah, Ben
If you
Whitcomb's.
Only a psychopath. I'm sorry. Only the vigilante would skip the intro of the Peacemaker show.
Ben
So-
Whitcomb's talking about it right there.
It's yeah. But so first of all, in memory of the late great Night Wingham, I picked this up today.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, he
I
was
was
really excited
very
about that.
actually was at a comic book shop. I was not expecting to see this because I haven't seen him here. So soon to be for the photography session. So I do have my Universal Monsters Wolfman. I'm very excited. I mentioned this last week to T-Man, and I don't know if you guys heard the story, but I had ordered Reptile from Toyco. That has been I've been shopping with them for a long time, Andrew Yen's group. And I ordered Reptile. I paid for Reptile, and I dropped a note with him last week asking where my Reptile is. And he said, I sent you your Reptile. And I said, I seem to be having some dysfunction, some reptile dysfunction here because I do not have it.
Nice. I was just thinking that.
What? My Reptile is not here. So, anyway, it turns out the whole time I never gave him my new address. So it got shipped to my address 100 miles away. And pretty much he offered just a semi-new one. And I said, no, let me pay for it. So we kind of made an agreement. And so I paid pretty much cost for it. So I do now have my Storm Collectibles Reptile to join the shelf. So very excited to get another Storm Ninja.
Well, I mean, he's kind of different, if you think about it, because he does have the reptile head.
Oh, he's got the reptile head. He's got he's spitting. He's got the tongue to make all the ladies laugh. I mean, yes. I was saying that semi-sarcastically, but I actually am happy to have this guy. So I cannot recommend. Yeah, the Toyco group absolutely cannot recommend any higher. And then finally, this big bad boy came in, and that is the bloody version of the Violator. Which, if you know the thing about the Spawn characters, there's like brothers of these, so I justified having two of them. Basically, I could have two monsters to fight. Yes and no. I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I just can't remember if that was made before the gun moratorium happened or not. Because if he's got pistols, he'll be great to have. If not, get pistols for him. I mean,
for Batman.
Well, at least Mofex is doing, or not Mofex, but Mezco is doing those gun packs, and I would think that those would be kind of universal.
Well, I was talking about that last. Remember that Mezco is dropped that Two-Face figure, and they just coincidentally happened to do a mobster style gun pack just the same week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. I appreciated that. That was a good way to get around it.
Great for their Gomez figures. Completely perfect made for their Gomez figures. Absolutely.
Sportimus, I have the Hush Batman up here on display. I'll show it to you when it's my shot.
All right. Well, guess what?
All right. Well,
hey, Matt, let me throw that to you.
Let me get up here and show you. Look at this. This is how interactive this show is. So up there he is. So
that is an epic cape.
That's the thing with him. He's a really good figure. He does need some work on the joints, just some loosening up. I didn't have any QC issues with him really, besides tight joints, but that's not a big deal. It's his cape. So his cape is absolutely massive. I'm always a fan of a Batman cape that you can drape over his shoulders like he does in the animated series. This can drape over his shoulders, your shoulders, and your grandmother's shoulders all at the same time. It's too much cape. So as long as you can manage that, it's a really good figure and highly recommend. It's probably my favorite Batman figure that I've owned and seen. So there's my 2 cents on the Hush Batman. 8 out of 10 would recommend.
I feel like you're looking for some sort of validation after that.
I am. Well, because the question was originally posed to Dave, and I wanted Dave to be like, "That's correct, Matt," or something.
Wait, that's how he talks?
That's correct, Matt.
Thank you. So, what did I get this week? Well, the past few weeks, thanks to Amazon, I am owner of 3 of the Cybertronian Studio Series guys. They're all lovely. I almost skipped on Ratchet, and I'm glad I didn't because he's my favorite one. Let me see.
You know what's ironic about him?
He's all ball joints?
Not a single Ratchet joint.
Called it.
Yeah, that's... I don't even know where to go. I forgot that I ordered this guy, and Dorkside didn't, so they remembered my order, and they shipped me the Valaverse Wave 2 Sergeant Slaughter. So there he is. His
justice.
So he's got extra hands, he's got guns, he's got the backpack, he's got the hat, he's got sunglasses, and the chin actually comes in a separate box. You have to assemble it. 2 separate boxes were shipped, and you have to glue the chin on, but it fits. It's so they can get it through the front door. But he comes with a big old honking gun on the side here that actually comes out, unlike Deadpool's guns. You don't have to melt glue or anything like that. It's just
I got my Deadpool guns out.
Does that chamber rotate?
On this?
Yeah, no, on the
does.
Oh, but I meant on the revolver. But that's badass.
It does not seem to, no.
Okay.
But it does rotate on the launcher. So
that's pretty
So I was telling T, my only problem with this guy, besides the head doesn't stay on super well, is if you look at the arms, like see how shiny they are? It could use a bit of a coat to it. But I was telling him it's not a big deal, but I feel like the plastic on this is akin to Barbie's. It's like kind of harder, like it's weird. Like it's almost like doll plastic. It's not a criticism. It's just the way it is.
Wouldn't it be more akin to Barbie's?
You can tell Pickles go right. You were being sarcastic there about the chin. It comes pre-attached.
Like you, fans.
There, 2727 says it looks like someone cosplaying a Slaughter. Where the
shades are in the box. They don't stay.
That's what he looks like now.
Yeah, it is what he looks like now. I think it looks a little cartoony, to be honest, compared to the sculpts for Classified. So it's like,
he's very recognizable, if nothing else. There's no doubt.
He kind of looks a little bit like Popeye to me.
He always did, though.
That's true. I mean, in the 80s, he looked a little bit like, I don't know. He looked a little bit more like a person than a caricature. But, I mean, hey, age.
I mean, right. And again, like they're going for, I don't know if they're going for hyper-realism as much as recognizable. And I guess they've got the license to his name and face. So there you go. Matt calling him a doll. Yeah.
A doll, yeah.
He'll be all right. He'll be fine.
Action figures, man.
52 toys. I got their one box dude that turns into an actual like humanoid figure. So he's pretty cool.
Huh.
You live down the street, and I don't get to see all these cool things in person.
I mean, a pickup that they haven't announced any more of these yet, and I really like this one, so hopefully they keep going. But this is the Kang Toys Bougie Laserbeak. I guess they call him Bougie Beak, like the extra version. So he's pretty cool.
I think it's funny. That's like supposed to be Legends, and yet it's the size of a Voyager. It's not bigger.
I mean, here's Ratchet without any ratchets. There he is.
No, that's like Buzzsaw and Laserbeak smashed together.
So there's that.
Jedi says he's waiting on the 52 Toys version of Leonardo. Are you getting those?
I am not. I hope you enjoy them, Jedi Mindset. I didn't feel the need to get those. And lastly, I did not tell you guys, but I did manage to find some new Black Series. I got
Lando Lando?
It is a 2-pack. It is the Star Wars Black Series A New Hope version of Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. So super happy with that find. They're already posed. There's flame effects. And there is a swappable head for Luke where he's kind of like angsty teenager upset and whiny. No, those are actually the Golden Axe skeletons from Stormcloak.
I was going to say the extra Black Series.
You know, it's kind of funny. It looks like they messed up with that font a little bit. Like, because like the O and the D are still filled in white. Should maybe,
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Then you know what? Garbage. So that's it for me. That was over the last few weeks.
I got the purple ones of them.
Dave, breaking news, got the purple ones, not the charred versions, not Luke's beloved aunt and uncle.
The Lars Ranch edition.
Yes. So that's it for me.
Well, that's it for Matt. But T-Man, how the hell are you? And what cool things have you acquired?
I'm great, and I probably forgot something like I always do. But I got Tails, and he has a gun unlike all the DC characters.
There's an irony.
His tails are on a ball joint, and they should have been hollow plastic, but it's filled in plastic, so yeah, you can't stand up unless you do this. He has to use his tail as a quad pod. But and I got Knuckles with his
I see what you did there.
snowboard. Perceptor showed up 2 days ago or something. And Knuckles. Loki. Boobs version. Shiny dude. Look at
You need to title your review that just Loki boobs.
that. I might do that.
You might get more clicks on that. Someone's just searching for boobs.
You could do what
That means
what's that other channel review where you could name it right, but then in the thumbnail have the boobs like
Boobs.
Yeah.
Just only zoom in on the boobs.
Yeah.
And I found real Black Series. I got the what is this called? Carbonized Vaz
different.
Taz Vizsla.
Paz Vizsla.
I'm trying here, man.
He's awesome.
I thought Dave said Vans Defrons.
And I just randomly found this. The
Oh,
Rebirth
look, a
Batman.
McFarlane Batman.
And he's still, look at that, he still has side eye. Look at that.
I saw the Superman in person today, and it was just as bad as that one dude on the Syndicate's picture.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that the whole Dark Knight Returns series.
Hey, looking at these people in the back, this was supposed to have been out.
Who's on the back?
The Superboy Prime,
I mean,
Batman.
yeah, that's like all the current wave. I've seen the Rebirth Batman before.
But I'm seeing other figures outside of this, like the Dark Knight one.
Yeah, those are all at my. I went to Target today, like Joker, Dark Knight, Superman. They're all there.
And
Figure.
Yes, I just haven't seen Robin yet.
and Knuckles.
I'm gonna clip that.
And I got this
God, I want that.
for my birthday, which is tomorrow. Everybody say happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you know what? You know what I have for that? I can dust it off.
Uh-oh.
Let me find it in here. Here we go.
Powers Month.
Go to hell, you old bastard.
Let's see if you can see his eyes. Yes.
I
All of
need
his anime
that figure.
Did you order those batteries or did you have them? Because those are like in my battery hoard. I didn't have 521s.
These are, I just ordered them for X-Transbot Scourge. So I had them on hand.
Fair enough.
And Knuckles. And this I've been looking for months. Months. They only sell it at Walmart. And I was like, does this even really exist? My daughter showed me. What is her name? Brianna Dulce, a Rainbow High sleepover doll.
You have a problem.
It's not for me. I've been looking for it for her for months, and I was like a week ago, I was like, does this thing even exist for real? I was like, I told her to research to see what store it's actually going to be at, because I'm like, every time I go to Walmart, I've been looking for it for like 6 months. And I'm like, I've never seen it. Thank you, people. Fanboy Studios, I never seen that name. Texas Blaze, never seen them. I seen Pickles Go Rotten a whole bunch. Of
Yeah,
course.
you
Why
got
do you guys never
me.
put them back in the refrigerator?
But that's it. Let's move on.
No,
How about you, Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan.
Wow.
Talk to us.
Hang on a second.
Excuse me.
What sucks is like when I'm here trying to push the buttons and get everything going. I'm doing all right. It's been a long week for me. You know, I unfortunately found out I have to. My working remote days are over, which kind of sucks considering the cost of gas. But hey, we're not going to get into that. 'Cause it sucks. Oh, But in the past couple weeks, I wasn't here last week, but in the past couple weeks, I did get some cool stuff. So we'll get the mainline stuff out of the way. I got Perceptor, who is probably the best deluxe out of
Studio Series 86. Yes.
Like in general, like he's so awesome. And T, I know you said it in our chat, like the transformation on this guy is so easy for all three modes, and it's just really fun to do. Like to get him to a microscope, to a tank, to a robot, everything just flows really good, and he's a lot of fun. Like the only thing I wish he had was wrist rotation. Again, Hasbro, come on, put your wrists on ball joints. It's easy.
Wrist rotation, a back cover, and the ability to look up.
Yes, I mean he can look up if you cheat it.
Yeah.
But I mean the back cover, I think. Hey Larkin, I know you're watching this thing right here. little piece on a friction fit. You can easily make the back cover.
This has no excuse not to have a wrist swivel because the plastic that the hand is on is so thick.
Yeah, they could have put it on a mushroom peg. But at least the plastic on him feels really good. I gotta say that.
Yeah.
I also got the rest of the Studio Series wave. So I got my Brawn, my Ratchet, and my Wheeljack. And I think the one that surprised me the most that I like is Ratchet. I had to fix mine. He had really loose hips. If you get him, have some Kiki on hand. But he's got a really cool transformation. Like I wasn't expecting the transformation to be as cool as it is. He basically flips inside out. Brawn is just Brawn. If Perceptor hadn't come out in this wave, I'd be like, yeah, Brawn is just a really awesome figure. He's way better than a Brawn should be. He looks really good. He's got all the articulation, except for a bicep swivel. But yeah, he's really good. And Wheeljack is just I wanted to like him more than I do, but he's a little bit limited in some spots. And
Wheeljack's good. He's just got the misfortune of being alongside the other two, which are so much better.
Yeah, I think you said it better than I could there.
I know you were struggling.
Yeah, I was. I also got the Fans Hobby Cap, which is the best of their headmasters. If you're on the fence about this guy, get him. He's really good. The only drawback of this guy is they could have given him double jointed elbows and they didn't. I really like the butterfly that he's got here. It's backwards only, but it makes him look really cool. And the transformation on him is really neat. He turns this small fire truck, but he's like super, super solid. And I love how like much the back condenses. Like there's some really cool stuff in this transformation. It's funny, before going into this, I watched T's Ace Hitter review. And I was like, you know what, the headmasters on all these are kind of ugly. But
Red Buzzer.
Ace Hitter is the one that I have. He's the Go Shooter version. You have the Siren version, even though they're kind of the same. Easy mix up. And then I also got
He's like, anyway.
I also got what is probably my figure of the year so far, the Fans Hobby Meg Tyranno. Man, this is like the most fun third-party figure I think I've picked up in a while. Yes, elephant in the room is he's like Masterpiece scale, Masterpiece transformation. T pointed out he's not faithful to the cartoon, but to me he's like faithful enough. The materials feel good, the transformation is fun, the gimmicks are awesome, and he's just a lot like you have a really hard time getting this guy into a pose that doesn't look good. Like I said, kind of like about Braun, he's got he's almost got all the articulation you could want. Like to me, this guy, if he had like a little bit of, if he had a more extreme ab crunch, I would say he's got like damn good articulation. as it stands, like I love this figure. He hasn't left my desk. I've been meaning to put him on like my Megatron shelf, but I don't want him to leave my desk quite yet. And if you liked or loved Armada, this is a really cool update to the design. Like, Fan Hobby does not do like completely tune accurate masterpiece figures, but all their figures are fun to mess around with, and they feel really good. So definitely recommend this figure, and I'm going to be curious if anything's going to dethrone this as my figure of the year so far. So definitely like that figure. We've had more people tune in. Before we get into our news, just want to remind everybody, early on in the show, I talked about our giveaways. T currently has this figure in his possession, but we are doing a prize package that includes 2 figures and a t-shirt. So after this video, some point tomorrow, I am going to upload a video for a giveaway for a Bumblebee Movie Studio Series Voyager Soundwave. This guy right here, as well as a core class Ravage to go with him, and a figure action t-shirt, design of your choosing, size of your choosing. So again, look for that. The instructions to enter the giveaway. Really cool stuff. Well, let's get into the news.
Keep going.
All right. So first up, we don't like Hasbro for whatever reason didn't have roller rage. No,
Nothing got chucked this week. It was all fragile stuff.
Yeah.
But hold on.
Oh, you know what? I should mention I also have Reptile. I didn't bring him up, but he's in the basement.
Just for Roland. Just for you, Roland.
All right. So, first up, Transformers Legacy is fairly. Oh, Pickles over the shirt. I mean, the shirt is pretty cool, but I mean, those figures are also badass. So, I think all around it's a good prize package. But first up, Legacy is definitely right around the corner. Now, these figures have already come out in France, but someone in Liverpool found Wave 1 Voyagers from a store called Forbidden Planet. So, you know, again, we've got supply chain disruptions. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the world that's slowing things down. But the Legacy figures, these guys will be clogging up shelves sooner than you know it. For anybody that hasn't found Blaster yet, great figure.
I just seen him today.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'm curious, like, what the reaction is going to be when he comes. Is he going to clog up? I think Blaster's going to be the shelf warmer, and Bulkhead's going to be hard to find initially, but then you'll see the both of them kind of prevalently available.
Yeah, it's like they've been doing this burst of a first wave, and then the rest that they trickle back into stock eventually, and just sit around.
Yeah, I still see. It was interesting with Kingdom because it's like Warpath is kind of dried up. I still see Black Arachnia everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah, it sucks because she's a great figure.
Well, they knew that and they made a bunch of them. So, Cyclonus, I've seen Cyclonus pop back up lately.
He got reissued with Rhinox, unless those were also sitting somewhere. But now it's like Tigatron's pretty easy to find.
The Cyclonus was so prominent in that show.
Yeah. I see Paleotrex a lot, but what's interesting is like I see Paleotrex and I see Wingfinger, but Ractonite kind of like came and went. So it's like if you didn't get Ractonite, for your fossilizers,
it's Ractonite.
Granted, I don't really think. I think Paleotrex is probably the only fossilizer that's like actually what I would say is like good. Ractonite is okay, and Wingfinger is, but definitely don't sleep on Paleotrex. I think he's really good. This little tidbit of news I thought was interesting. It's not really like anything Hasbro's doing, but what if I told you you could buy a life-size Bumblebee from the Bay films? Nothing.
I would have
Nobody
said
wants
you
that.
had me until you said baby homes.
What if I told you could buy Tyrese Gibson's home, and it came with a life-size Bumblebee? This is from the LA Times. This is from last week. But Tyrese Gibson sold his Woodland Hills homes, and actually one of the inclusions was the life-size Bumblebee from the Transformers movie, the 2007 movie. I think Michael Bay actually had one of these. It was actually in a commercial where, God, I can't even remember what the commercial was, but it was like Michael Bay had
stuff up.
Yes, he was blowing a bunch of stuff up, and this was like in the foreground of him blowing stuff up.
I heard, I finally heard the title for the new Fast movie coming out for Fast 10. It's called Your Seatbelts.
Oh God, is that real?
No.
I mean, hey,
The
they
fact that he
done
had
coin.
to ask, I mean, it could be.
Fast 10.
I guarantee that'll be like in like one of the previews. They'll be like,
That will
"Hey,
definitely be a
so-
tagline for it, though.
just
Because
so fast
if they
ten."
use it, they owe me money, or at least tickets. Which I'll never see because I can't find a babysitter.
Yeah, Stargaze is right about this. I've heard several stories from people that went to like BotCon in 2007 and 2009, and back when they had it in LA, and like a lot of people said like Tyrese was like so enamored by like what Transformers was at that point. Like he didn't really know like what the fandom was, and he was just like super happy, wanted to be in the movie, and then also he was actually impressed by the fandom and like the
Thank God
everything
you
that
didn't
went
get
along
Star
with
Wars.
it. What was that?
Thank God you didn't get into a Star Wars movie.
It's true.
But cool.
Next up, this is also another one that I actually meant to include a couple weeks ago, but didn't have it here. There is a Optimus Prime, a 20-inch model kit from a company I'd never heard of. And this was released in France. This is from a French model maker called Ayaya or Aliaya. I don't know if I'm butchering it or not. But
If you're in the chat, let us know how to pronounce your name.
So, like, this is completely in French packaging, but this is going to be a 20-inch model kit, and they're releasing it kind of like the way that oh God, what's that company that's doing like the Ecto one? Yeah, Eagle Moss. They're kind of like doing an Eagle Moss sort of release where you buy these and they're on blister packs. So the first one is basically just for and again, it comes like the Eagle Moss stuff. It comes with like extra materials like pages about the characters in the movie and whatnot. But yeah, this actually looks like a pretty nice piece. With
is that a
like
Megazord
LEDs
head behind them?
Yeah, I'm not sure how the Megazord head's related, if they're doing multiple kits or not. So, I'm really curious. Yeah. I mean, obviously this doesn't look like anything like near what Eagle Moss or Eagle Moss obviously isn't doing Transformers, but 3-0 or YOLO Park is doing. But still, for what this kit is, that's actually pretty damn cool. I wish that or something like it would get released stateside, where you could go and just pick up the individual pieces of a pre-painted kit, put it together, and get some supplemental materials you could hang up or display. So
the way things go here is you'd find every kit except for like the arm.
I mean,
and then
hopefully
one guy who bought the entire case of arms is going to be selling for 3 times the price.
Hopefully there'd be like a way to subscribe to it. Like I do think like the Eagle Moss system is pretty neat though. As much as I love MGo's channel, it's like I can't watch his Eagle Moss stuff because it's just like show the whole damn car. I'm too impatient. I'm like waiting for like when he actually finishes it. DB says Hobby Lobby on it, man. If Hobby Lobby carried it, I would go there and get it.
That's the adventure of just seeing it come together.
Yeah.
But honestly, I gave up on those videos.
Yes, yeah, that's where I'm at. I just want to see it when he's finished, and I want to see all the things it can do. What happens when you push on the pedals, and
I
how
thought
it
I had
scales.
transformed this ratchet, but I was sitting here confused as crap. So I couldn't possibly have transformed it before. But where are these going to be sold at?
Well, they're currently in France.
Yeah.
It's right now. It's a French retailer carrying them. So I don't even know if you can even get them anywhere in the States, or like through an importer.
I'm gonna say no. I remember Glenn Webb used to find these toys in his stores and supermarkets and stuff that never came here.
Yeah. And the other thing too is like I found this on Deformation, and when I was putting everything together, like I found this a couple weeks ago, and or not a couple weeks ago, a week ago, and I looked for if there was anywhere to import the kit and like how much it costs. So I don't even know how much this costs, but I couldn't find anything on it. So
it doesn't really exist.
Yeah. But if it does come here, I would definitely love to get that and put it together, and would be pretty cool. Yeah, like right here, is that 499 euros? If that was 499 euros, that looks like a bargain to me. I'd start piecing that
That's
together.
too much.
Yep.
Lastly,
Matt,
on our
what's
official
funny?
news, this isn't really official news so much as we don't normally talk about Funko here, but this is officially licensed. Funko is doing 6 new Transformers Funko Pop exclusives that you can only get through an NFT lottery. And I say this because with Power Rangers over the summer or later, I think it was over the summer, they did like their whole thing where you could get that gold and black Megazord, but you had to buy an NFT and redeem the fucking Megazord through your NFT. Hasbro, please, for the love of God, don't do anything with NFTs. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. Nobody likes
How
this
does
stuff.
it work? I don't.
Basically, you have to buy an NFT, and then you have a specific chance to win it through a lottery. Like Devastator here, they're doing 1,550, and you only have a 1.72% chance of getting it.
And how much is the NFT?
Oh boy, they don't even list it. Like you'd have to go through Funko's website. So for shits and gigs, let's pick this up. Oh, so you have to buy these digital pop packs, which are trading cards that you don't actually have.
No,
There are
thank
these.
you. No.
So yeah,
Oh Lord.
for $10 you get digital trading cards, and then you have a very slim chance of actually getting a physical product. So for the love of God,
You know what? You know what I say to this? No fucking transaction.
Yeah.
That's your NFT.
but the sad part is there's people that are gonna do it, and they're gonna invest money into it, into these dumb lotteries, and they're just gonna be like, oh look, I got the figure now. I got my worth from it because there's only X amount.
I've done better with my freaking random chances of picking up a Mezco figure. No. Anyway, all I can say is no. Next.
All right. Well, next we've got a figure I think everybody's interested in, and if you saw our thumbnail this week, I think you probably have an idea what this is, and I want to talk about this one in detail because there's some interesting stuff going on with it. So that is the Deformation Space Blast. Blast is its actual official third-party name. That being Blaster with Ram Horn. So there were a couple YouTube, foreign YouTubers who did some first looks at this figure. They got a test shot of it. We've talked about it here, so I'm not gonna spend too much time going over it. But this is our first look at like a semi-painted version of it. You can see there's multiple shades of red on here, and he's got more of a flat look to him.
I like that he's completely filled out in the back and looks like a boombox.
Yeah,
Instead of random robot kibble.
I like that a lot too. Considering
This
that
looks like
go
one
ahead.
of the most perfect transformations I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah, like-
just from boombox to robot is absolute magnificence. Just seeing, like, watching the transformation video, which some people don't like to be spoiled. That's fine, but I watched it because I like to know what's going on with it. And
I like to know it's not over-engineered.
right, and it's there seems to be a little tiny bit of that in the legs, and anybody that knows the Deformation Space Seekers knows they can do that a little bit. But anybody that owns those Deformation Space Seekers knows that they're built so well that I've transformed mine several times, contorting the shit out of them more than I should, and they are built very well.
The legs remind me a lot of Acoustic Waves legs.
What got me is that everything looks like it only has one way it can go. Or I say one way it can go, but like for boombox mode or for robot mode, like it seems like it's complex but also intuitive at the same time.
The only thing I'm scared about is those legs where I could tell in the video that they're fully painted.
Yes.
And I
There's
can
no
see
chip on the
paint
hinge.
rub already.
Sportimus, it is $200 domestic from Chosen Prime and the like, but it is $140 from Shozi, free
Yeah.
shipping. So
That was
you
the
pick
thing
your
I
poison.
wanted to talk about too.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's Ramhorn. The engineering on Ramhorn looks very, very similar, in my opinion, to the official Ravage.
My
Like-
only complaint is I wish they'd paint his eyes.
I mean,
I see a
it looks
little
like
bit
they're
of
painted.
yellow.
It looks like they're orange.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very faint.
Have to wait and see. Either way, as
It
soon
looks-
as I saw this guy, I was thinking, you know what? This is the perfect time for MMC to start releasing those blaster tapes.
Yes.
It's not as flat, but it reminds me of the X-Transbots.
Yeah.
I think the only thing he lacks is butterfly joints.
And an Autobot logo.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But-
this was kind of the money shot.
Ab crunch.
Yeah. He's got like that 3-0 sort of ab crunch where it's like it's sectioned off. This really, yeah. He's also
I
got
also love the waist placement.
yes, and no hip skirts either.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
But yeah, this part of the review was like, ah man, that is good looking.
No hip skirts on this guy either.
And yeah, they mentioned here too in the review, and it's all transcribed here, that all of the diecast is really focused in the legs. So
That's where to put it.
yes,
Drop down hips.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, that was cool. The only thing that
Definitely.
sort of annoyed me about the video itself was they kept dropping down the hips, but I don't think anybody ever actually showed it swing all the way up and forward. They did it out to the side and they did it backwards, but I never saw anybody swing the leg up. Just curious. I'll find out. I pre-ordered it.
Deformation might be fast tracking themselves right up there with fans' toys at this rate,
Mm-hmm.
as becoming a major player if they can keep this quality going.
yeah.
At the price point too.
And
The
the price
Starscreamer
point.
made me think they're the same company.
He
No,
definitely-
because we're talking about the over engineering. They don't have that over engineering issue.
Starscream does.
If you put the Autobot logo on there, he definitely would fool people as an official product.
Yes.
He would fool people as a statue. People wouldn't even think that would transform.
Interesting that they showed the X-Transbot tapes. I I wish that they would at least like show off like, hey, we're gonna do the full gamut of tapes with these. You
Nope.
know, 'cause
Only random, man.
I hate the KFC tapes. I really do.
But what's cool that they showed off is that his tape compartment can hold all of the MP size tapes, official, acoustic wave, his own obviously, which I think is a really cool idea. Like I was telling the guys in the chat, like that would be good for me just to store the extra tapes of sound waves that I don't want sitting around.
I just think he could use more detailing on like to the left and the right of the tape deck in alt mode.
You mean like music controls and whatnot?
Yeah, it just looks so plain.
They added details to this to make it not look so red.
I mean, they added there's the one little dial there, but that's what's throwing me off, I think.
I agree.
You weren't accurate, though.
I wouldn't have mine in alt mode anyway, but I agree.
Toy Hacks is going to have a field day with it.
Oh, yes, they will. Oh, yes, they will. Very cool. Next.
So you said to get this, you have to go to ShowZ and you have to buy an NFT, and then you have to hope that you get chosen.
But Sarah Zhang picks it. Actually, I don't think they use Sarah Zhang anymore for their.
No, Sarah was, I think, it just like a drop shipper. Like they used a pretty face, and
yeah.
God, so the alt mode looks way better than the X-Trans spots, like by a mile.
Oh yeah.
We'll go to that. So that ShowZ pre-order is live. So, Sportimus said like, hey, this is $200 domestically. That's expensive, and I agree. If you go to ShowZ's website, and now I was critical of ShowZ in the past. The last thing I actually ordered for them was an X-Transbots product, being their Octane, and my box came beat to shit. I've seen, Cobra Clan has showed me some of his stuff, and I've seen Jobby's reviews, and it seems like ShowZ stepped it up when it comes to like how they ship and actually protecting the products. So I would go through ShowZ to get this. So it's $137.99 right now. There is a pre-order available. You have to put down a deposit of $2 for it.
Everything I've gotten from them looked like it was wrapped tight as like drugs.
Yes, yeah, their deliveries look like drug cartel packages.
Yes,
but I order from ShowZ fairly frequently and got all three of my Deformation Space Seekers. They got the Seekers in before anybody else stateside. I had mine in hand well before like Toy Dojo or anybody else did. So something to keep in mind. And the slow shipping really is slow. The free slow shipping, it does take about a month. Where the paid for like $15 shipping can take about 2 weeks.
About 15 to 25 business days after the package is sent.
Yeah, for the free shipping, you would just do well putting in your mind that you're going to get it in a month and be happy if it shows up before that.
Right. But there is a saying that I appreciate: patience saves pockets. And in this economy, it might not be a bad idea to wait. I mean, hey, if you're not reviewing and you're just doing this as a hobby, you don't necessarily have to be the first person on the block to get something. And I'm in that mindset anymore. Except
for Alley Vipers.
Well, I mean, Alley Vipers, I had the luxury of finding them on the store shelf. To be fair, I also canceled all my other pre-orders, so folks who were on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store got a chance to grab those. Next up, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. I'm going to pull up friend of the show, Third Party Unlimited, Antoine's page, because he's got some good coverage here. We talked about this figure previously, and this is the first of the TFCon LA. God, I was like really like dragging on that one. This is really cool. Fans Hobby is actually doing a pre-order for their Asian customers who can't go to the convention, making sure those fans get an opportunity to get this figure from their website. Their Arson, which is an homage to Pyro, the Get Right robot, helped do the color scheme and design work for. So that's pretty cool. Chosen Prime's going to have these. They're limited to, I believe, 600. But I think this figure's so obscure that anybody that can't go to the convention is probably going to have a good chance of getting this through the Chosen Prime's website. Next up, we have our first look at an MMC exclusive. I'll go back up to this in a second.
Oh, yeah.
But MMC, they are doing a repaint of their was this what was the name of this character?
Optus Knight.
Batman.
No.
It was their Batman.
Yeah.
It is their Batman homage. They're doing a more golden era Batman homage here with a metallic blue and gray and gold color scheme. And man, this thing looks awesome. And I've got my buddy Lance, who's actually, he should be at TFCon LA right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He is getting me one of these. So he hit me up and he's like, "You want that Batman, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do. I love me some MMC." Just kind of like how my good friend Deluxe Baldwin says, "Man, I love Transformers. Man, I love MMC."
Vexo Promenade. That's what
Vexo Promenade, thank you. Sportimus says that Batman MMC looks better in those colors, and I agree. Like, I think I'm going to take my original one and I'm going to have him in the Batwing mode.
This one doesn't come with a cape.
Mode. No, this does not come with the cape. And I'm fine with that because that cape was kind of junky.
Pass.
Yeah,
When I first saw it, I thought it was going to be one of those Optimus Primal reference when he was the Bat.
This is closer to those colors though, to be honest, and that's another reason why I like it.
I mean, I like this. I like it, but like I said, I've got the Rat Bat version, and I'm thrilled with that. So coolness, if you get them, I am not angsty.
I like the idea of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish they'd come out with a Joker companion piece.
But I got a Batman.
To be fair, you know they're gonna do this. They're gonna do like that color scheme with this mold. It's MMC. Like if it had gray forearms and the red, and gray shins and the red, like I feel like that's a repaint that MMC is gonna have in their back pocket, and that'll probably be.
Or get the repro labels with the red things around the wrist.
You could, and I would not be shocked if Repro Labels does the set.
Could you imagine if they made a rung remold as the Joker?
Oh my god,
that would work so well.
Oh my god, we need to email them.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't specifically because he's small, crazy, imposable. It would be perfect.
They did have that. I don't know if you remember it, but they had the drift mold in a Joker color scheme. It was kind of like an in between of the Joker and Constructicon colors.
Yeah, but I'd say specific for the Joker, especially the different face plates they use for him.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, next up. Well, actually, let's go back on the third-party limited page because there is one more thing I wanted to cover here. These sets here. So half the Battle Toys, they are doing these nanobots, which are small, posable, non-transforming figures for your display.
I've already bought them and lost them. And they've been vacuumed up.
These things look absolutely amazing. Half the Battle Toys, they have a Facebook page. You can go there and you can see here. This is they're showing like, and this is from yesterday, a base color Optimus Prime. So again, like they're probably gonna do minimal paint apps, and these things look like they might be 3D
I
printed.
was going to say the other half of the battle is painting them.
Yes. But if you've got an ARC display or a Unicron, or you just want to have like your Titan figures look even bigger than they are, I think these are going to be really awesome for a lot of collectors. Here's a Bumblebee that they've painted. Probably a Gundam marker did that. Here he is with, I think that's New Age Bumblebee. This is like their packaging shot.
Damn. He's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
but really, really cool stuff. I
If
can't
it was
tell.
painted already, I would be more interested.
I guess they're
Because
also
I like
doing.
little tiny posable figures.
I don't know. Maybe
Night,
maybe
Matt.
they could donate them to a certain chill reviewer.
Painted already?
Painted already. Yeah.
Horribly.
Well, it's a shame he dipped out because we got some legends to talk about. I guess we'll start off with first one here. I always liked the Marvel Comics color scheme for Megatron, and New Age is doing one for their. I think is it Agamemnon? I have no.
Agamemnon.
Yeah. So they're doing a Megatron in his G1 comic color scheme, and I gotta say this looks pretty spiffy. I don't know what you guys think.
It looked alright. I was over that mold super quick.
It's Legends,
I mean-
right? Right. So
Yeah, it's Legends, but
it's a $60 Legends.
I don't like the way the hips work. Even when I did the replacement, I still didn't like it.
It's a $60 Legends.
yeah, that's
I
definitely a lot of people in the comments are like talking about, at least on TFW, are talking about how like they've been priced out of Legends. They're calling it a rich man's hobby. You know, the people are not happy about the price of these things for the size of the figure.
Yeah, it's an artisan piece. Okay, it's like when when Perfect Effect first came out. I used to always joke around that if you got if you got a Perfect Effect figure in your collection, you're bougie. So Legends have become kind of that.
Now, is this actually 60?
I believe so. It's either 50 or 60.
If it's only 50 or 60, I say it's worth it because the THS Convoy was $60 when that came out almost 20 years ago.
It's a Legends, yeah, but okay, that's a little different.
Well, I think even when that
almost all
hybrid
die
convoy
cast.
came out. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
I think it was almost all die cast too.
Yeah. But even when that came out, people were not happy with the price. They were like, for as small as this figure is.
I regret not getting the Galaxy Convoy. So bad.
Wait, Galaxy Convoy? The
Yeah, they made
the Selects one?
No,
The
they made
THS, the Transformers hybrid style.
Oh, I didn't even realize they made a Galaxy Convoy. And
Yeah, those are the two they
he was
made.
first, I think.
oh wow.
But I'm just saying, first, it is an artisan piece, but if that is your thing, cool. But for $60, I could get myself a lot more interesting stuff.
Yeah, when they had this guy at Baltimore, at least the black repaint, I was just like,
Yeah.
I think they should have retooled the head because wasn't his head shaped different when it was black?
It was a little bit rounded off, and I think that would have been an easy thing for them to do. And I honestly, I think, if you look at the accessories he comes with, he doesn't need the key to Vector Sigma. He doesn't need the Blitzwing's gun. They could have given him an alternative helmet, or
No, that's the gun he shot Prime. That's the gun he shot Prime with.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That people say that's Blitzwing's gun. The pistol of betrayal. Some people say it's Blitzwing's
I've
gun.
never heard that. Okay, I've never heard that before, but okay. Anyway,
But
cool. If Legends is your thing, go for it. Me, pass.
yeah, I'm curious, where Legends is going to be in a few years, just with the way these prices are.
Dead.
Only Magic Square is holding off on going too bad with them.
Well, next up, speak of the devil, he shall appear. Magic Square Detective. What is it with naming hounds detectives? Like,
It's a bad omen.
yeah, after TFC did it, So yeah, Magic Square is showing off their hound, and I have to say, if they could blow this up to masterpiece scale, please.
Yeah, this is $45, where I think I think New Age's Hound is probably going to be around 60 to 65. I think, because New Age also has a Hound coming out.
Look,
Theirs
that
is
was
not.
obvious.
Yeah. I thought this photo shoot was clever though.
Yeah.
I like
with
that.
him doing the Megatron Mirage.
I
Again-
always thought his name should have been Mirage.
Yeah.
It would have made sense. It looks like he comes with the cage for Ravage. The key. I'm surprised that they don't have like a top-down view of like all the accessories he comes with.
Get
Not
rid
yet.
of the
They will.
But yeah, I think he looks pretty damn solid. Interestingly, though, they show here he actually has the appropriate gun for his his alt modes. They don't show that with his robot mode. And actually, what Ravage is this?
This is the best McFarlane Batman.
That's probably Magic Square's Ravage.
It looked like it.
Cool.
But yeah.
Yep.
Next.
All right. Well, now we get into our non-Transformers. I should have saved Batman for last because we're going right into more. Well, the MMC Batman for last because we're going to go right into more Batman news. First up, the figure was teased, and now we get a look at the Mezco 112 Collective, the Batman. Pre-orders are live, and
I don't think the proportions are right. He's too wide,
is that a bad thing though?
and his face is too fat.
I don't know. It
The
screams.
amount of money it costs, I want it to be perfect. Or maybe I need to see better pictures.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a
picture.
problem with Mezco when you get these licensed releases, man. They take their time.
Look at that. I'm shocked they were able to get. Oh, did y'all see the movie yet?
No.
No,
Not yet.
Well, that's a toiler right there.
with his mask comes off,
No,
or the wingsuit.
the wingsuit.
I figured it was, but I mean, I'm like, I mean, using a wingsuit.
It's not shocking.
Yeah.
It's not
Hey,
shocking.
that's the thing.
Christian Bale's Batman was actually flying, so
My brother was just making fun of that wingsuit.
And
It's interesting.
Michael Keaton's Batman had a had wings hardened into a sort of wingsuit.
It's interesting here. They say Featurescape with integrated posing wire. Isn't that like a staple for Mezco?
yes, but that just sounds fancier than wired cape.
The suit and everything looks so movie accurate that I'm shocked they had. Oh wait, no man, the movie was like kind of delayed.
Yeah,
So
I mean, no, this looks good. This looks very good. Not my bag.
not my Batman.
Actually, he's probably one of the best looking Batman in a while, and the grappling guns look good. I like that taser effect. I like.
He even comes with the bat signal.
No.
I like those hands that have the batarangs are molded into them. So I mean, there's a lot. I mean, it's Mezco, so you're definitely gonna get what you're paying for on here. The hell was that?
That was me hovering off, and it went right in StreamYard, went to my desktop.
Okay.
I'm a Hotline Miami fan. It's my desktop.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Is anyone else putting pre-order in for this Batman? Matt?
I did not.
No.
I did not.
Man? Zero? Okay,
No.
cool.
Well,
Well, next up, we've got one of Dave's favorite segments.
I am not that big, and everyone says I'm huge on McFarlane, but I'm not that big. I'm actually buying a lot
It's
less.
not, it's
I
not,
think
it's
it's a
not that
retake.
you're huge on him. He just wants you to open your wallet.
if
But
you
I'm
do open
curious-
your wallet with this Batman,
I'm curious what you think on these because we actually have some reveals that are not Batman. First off, we've got the Frontier Grifter being teased.
Oh, this figure pisses me off. And there's why.
Yeah.
And it's all Warner Brothers. If He had his pistols. Grifter is a gunslinger.
Not no more. He's a sword wielder. Well, I showed y'all that what's his name? Peacemaker has a gun in the holster.
That's for a Hot Toys, though. That was
Yeah.
probably approved a while ago. But this, oh my gosh! Because of the gun thing, it's one of the things that should have me stop buying DC figures.
What do you think the chances are that they'll start doing third-party stuff?
Or
What,
weapons
like
back.
gun kits and stuff?
Yeah,
But
and
if
I
he
think.
if he doesn't have trigger fingers, it's useless.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what do you think the likelihood that McFarlane would do? Because so today when I was out, I went to Target and they had the Gunslinger Spawn. You know, what is the realm of possibility that McFarlane could do either Spawn labeled weapons packs or just, you know, kind of like how NECA does it. Like, so NECA does accessory packs, and they do like figure stands. What's stopping McFarlane from saying like, hey, here's packs of generic guns, here's packs of stands?
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I can tell
It's
you.
weird that it has a Peacemaker logo on it, but it's just a coincidence.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like McFarlane's selling like weapons packs is a possibility, considering that, you know, Hasbro is doing it for Fortnite.
Yeah,
You know, we're seeing Mezco do it, and I just feel like
But the Valaverse, you just there, all you need, just buy that for 13
Right.
bucks.
I don't see McFarlane doing it. It'd be because it. Remember, he will sell you a completely new figure instead of giving you a second head.
well, yeah, I get that he'll do that, but like in the case of DC, like so DC, he had that thing about how DC Multiverse was the best-selling new toy or best-selling toy line of 2021. So I feel like, you know, this move to do accessories for characters that are inaccurate isn't going to be fruitful for the line.
It won't.
And I just
He
feel
won't- I'll tell you. First of all, the quality of his weapons are crap anyway. So,
100%.
so no, it's not going to happen. I'm just.
Wouldn't the Valaverse packs be the wrong scale anyway?
Yeah,
Be a
it
little
would.
too small.
Yeah, they're
I
it's
ended
right,
up
'cause
buying
he does
2
7
Thomas
inch.
Wayne figures just to get a second set of guns, and I bought a Bloodshot figure just for its weapons. That was it.
I don't know. The hands aren't too far off. This Batman's hands are like Marvel Legends size. In fact, this Batman feels smaller than they normally are.
I mean, this almost looks like a trigger finger down here.
True, but
So it's hard to say. I think he could do it. I think he could sell them. He could do them in a blister pack, and they could put them in the collector's aisle. And I think people would buy them. You know.
And I mean, them being the top toy seller of the year, like they're the only ones that had consistent toys on the shelf.
that is true.
Well, outside of Mattel, I think with Mattel, they had
And
a
He-Man got an
lot.
award too. The He-Man line got definitely also
Yeah.
with that. So
So
I want to buy Black Series figures, but they don't exist anymore besides the Black Series.
Yeah, Hasbro had stuff on the show, but they were Eternals.
at least like the Spider-Man Retro Wave has like, if you wanted figures from that, you were able to get them. Next up, DC Multiverse TV Flash and Godspeed. So I don't know if anybody's interested in these.
maybe
Well, I think
Godspeed.
we-
That's about it.
TV. Oh Lord, I'm seeing the whole body for TV Flash.
Yeah.
What is wrong with his torso? What the heck?
Is
Made
it
for TV
maybe
costume.
Godspeed? That's about it.
Reuse of those effects pieces. Yeah, that diaphragm joint is cut way too low. It looks like he's wearing like a Kevlar vest.
And it
Yeah,
looks like
that's a hard pass for me.
Face sculpt looks good though, but that's about it. Next up, we've got one more from good old Todd, and this one actually, I think this might have you conflicted. We've got their Hush figure.
Again,
Just
pissed
give
me
it
off.
these.
Same
Yeah,
thing
again.
pissed me off. And
Knives.
those are not trigger fingers.
No, they're not. But I do think that the painting on this one, at least on the bandages, looks pretty good. He's got a good wash going on there.
The jacket.
Unless that jacket is made out of rubber, I would be aggravated.
That jacket's got a pre-sweep to it.
Because it got to be interesting and look very good on the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, again, Hush is a gunslinger, and this is, yeah.
Buy this, Batman.
I mean, the WB they need to blame DC for having so many characters wield guns. Like that's
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yes.
Next up, we've got one. It's not necessarily a third-party DC figure. It's kind of supposed to be its own character. And I'm curious what you guys think about this. This is from Furay or Furray Planet, and this is their Wilderness Hunter Crocker. So this comes from Toy News International. This thing actually went up for pre-order, and this is actually a 1/12 scale. So
That looks a lot nicer than that McFarlane one, that's for sure.
well, the McFarlane one, in fairness, is based off of the Arkham Asylum design.
Yes, but this at least has the chains. I like these chains.
Yes, they look to
But
be.
once again, no guns.
Well, Killer Croc doesn't use guns.
No, he has guns. Look how big his arms are.
Yeah.
Now, I thought I thought this was a third-party Leatherhead.
I was about to say that.
I mean, if he was a third-party Leatherhead, he'd come with a hat and a vest.
He does.
You didn't watch
He comes
that-
with the vest.
Oh, he
The
does.
2012
Never
one
mind.
didn't have a hat, right?
Yeah, and he does definitely have a gun.
And a hat.
That actually looks. I kind of like that one a lot more. They both,
Oh, look at that.
they both look really good.
Now he is expensive though.
Now define expense? Oh, how expensive is expensive?
I think. Don't quote me. I think he's 90.
Well, if he comes with all that though,
Wait, how
Yeah,
tall is it?
90. So let's see here. Does it say how tall he is?
or those are two different. They're two
One
different.
of those
two different
pictures.
figures.
No, that's all one figure.
For 90, okay, you get all that for 90
Yeah.
bucks, man. You compare that
Yeah,
to
that's the accessory bundle with a giant figure. So
that's
it's not a
actually-
bad deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Okay, that's
see
hilarious.
any.
He actually can be both Leatherhead or Killer Croc. I gotta give that. I give them points.
Yeah,
Right. That's awesome.
That's actually, I could see a lot of potential with that.
I mean, honestly, in this economy, is $90 for a highly detailed 1/6 scale figure that bad? I mean, if you're in the
Is that
Mezco market,
1/6?
this is 1/12. I'm sorry, I meant 6-inch scale figure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those pictures you went past had the dimensions. It was
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Keep going. It was one towards the end. There you go.
There we go. So 19 centimeters. I want to say, is that 9 inches?
And can you scroll that down a little to see
Seven-
the
okay, so
articulation?
he's 7.5 inches. So yeah.
So I was curious about the tail. That answers that question. If those are all points of articulation circled.
No.
That is solidly tempting right here.
7.48 inches.
Yeah.
Thank you, Spartacus.
I'm terrible with the metric system. But interestingly, yeah, they're showing off like the neck articulation here. That looks pretty good.
Oh, that is the neck. I was curious, like, why
Yeah.
why does he have dick articulation? What is that?
You jealous, man?
No, I've got it too. I just don't show it off in my, I do.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm almost interested in that. I wasn't interested at first until I saw all those accessories.
That's you put in perspective here that McFarlane is charging $40 for their Arkham Asylum, but for their version of Killer Croc. That's $40. This is going to have more posability, a little more paint. There's another $10 right there, and about $40 worth of high-end accessories.
With the details, it could fit in with the NECA movie Turtles.
Yeah, if you want to have it like a conceptual movie Leatherhead, that's actually kind of neat.
Yeah, this I think Zero's getting tempted now.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
I will look at it.
I
I'm
don't
not
care
hitting
about Leatherhead
pre-order
at all.
just yet. I am not hitting pre-order just yet.
You didn't see Leatherhead at all? I mean, I initially like saw like the first few, and I didn't see that he had like all this stuff. Like I was like, oh, that's because Killer Croc varies from design to design in DC Comics. I was like, oh, that's a cool like third-party Killer Croc, and then pulling it up here, just now seeing like, wow, it could be two characters in one.
With that first picture, I was thinking Leatherhead because that's how he looked in the 2012 Turtles show.
That's what you see. You and I were on that point. Krang.
Oh yeah, he liked to eat Utrons.
This looks like between that and that Ursa figure that's coming out too, that bear. This is really nice. Cool. Next.
All right. Well, next up
we've got 10 viewers.
We've got from the Marvel Legends Disney Plus Infinity Ultron partial wave, a Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. Pre-orders for these just went up, and
links on my Facebook.
Yeah, you can go on Team Amazon and pre-order these.
They're my community tab on my YouTube page.
They're coming in at $25 a piece. That new pricing. Of course, they have pieces of the Ultron build figure. An arm and a leg is what they'll cost you.
I did not know that was a Build-A-Fray. That made me disappointed. And they didn't put an extra head with one of the guys, so he can have the Vision face.
Unless there's a Hail Mary and you can actually like rotate it up or rotate the faceplate up or something. I doubt it though.
Oh, today, Dan, I forgot his last name, but he was like they weren't showing the other characters yet because all the Disney Plus shows aren't out yet. And then he mentioned Moon Knight, but he wasn't specific, but that was a major hint.
Jeez, Casper, 5 calls.
But now those other Disney Plus shows, the Netflix shows went to Disney Plus, so we can get new versions.
Yeah.
But pre-order, what we got next?
All right. Well, second to last on the docket, this is a figure that was teased a couple weeks ago. Now we get to see her and her vehicle. This comes from Super 7, and this is the next Thundercats figure, the Ultimates Mandora with the Electrocharger. I know, Kevin, if you're watching, I know you've got this one pre-ordered. So thankfully, her and the vehicle are both separate pieces. So if you just want a representation,
I do not remember her at all.
She was from towards the end, if I remember correctly.
She actually had a few episodes. My big thing I remember is that she had the soap gun.
So she was a real human. That's why her name is Mandora.
She was a crime stopper, crime thief catcher. But
she looks like was that futuristic chick from the Turtles.
I know you're talking about.
Time.
Yeah.
But she was in a few episodes. She wasn't like a one. She was like a one and done.
In order to get the soap spray, you got to get the electric charger, which is kind of funny.
Well, it was part of the. Yeah, I mean, she's fighting a thing called ooze, and I remember also she made one. I remember at least 2 episodes of her, and then she had some cameos.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's 55 for the figure and 150 for the vehicle. Which
Yeah.
I understand Super 7's pricing, but yeah, I think that's a little steep for what the vehicle is.
As long as she can sit on that vehicle.
No, she can sit on the vehicle.
Hey, we got something in Messenger. Oh,
Did I get something in Messenger?
Yeah, it's something to add to the end.
Oh,
yeah. I like looking at the whole spread of all the accessories and whatnot. But I'm like, I know in hand I'll be so aggravated with the articulation.
yeah. It's like with the way I sit with Super 7 is I think they look fantastic. I would love to be able to get some of the figures, but it's just like I can't do any additional rabbit holes, and just
Nope.
The prices are just it's too much.
I mean,
But-
heck, you could almost buy a Legends figure for a Super 7 set.
You
figure.
could. You could almost buy a Legends figure for it.
Almost.
So now that we've got one more additional thing on the docket, I'm going to say this is our second to last, and I think T probably will be interested in this. This is a 2-pack coming from NECA from Last of Us Part 2, a Joel and Ellie 2-pack from their appearance in the game.
Oh, did I know about this?
Well, if you're saying it like that, I don't think you did.
They're gonna get bought.
Stay tuned to T-Man 978 for a review of this figure set.
It looks like his arm can go over 90.
Yeah, there's definitely a double joint right there. They're doing like that April O'Neil style double joint, which is smart. I like when NECA does that sort of stuff.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
It's like the Marty McFly's joint was like that too.
So if what
I
I
don't know
hear
about
about
that
this game is
for Joel.
correct, they come with all those weapons because that game makes you want to kill yourself. Is that right? Like it's so fucking, it's so morose.
It
What's
is
that?
not a good time in that game. In that world. It's just like,
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you planning on playing video games to feel better about your life? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
did you want an escape from reality?
Yeah.
did you? It's Mario Day. Damn it.
oh yeah.
All
This
right.
next thing I want so bad that I already pre-ordered.
So this actually went up for pre-order in December, and it flew under everybody's radar. It's another one of those third-party companies. If you guys follow the Fwoosh and Robo, he reviewed their Leon Kennedy. It's not the same company, but it's the same type of thing, and their Inkblot, which is the Rorschach. This is just a third-party version of Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII Remake, and as soon as I laid eyes on it, I had to order it, and I did. And then I had to send it to T because I knew he would have to order it, and he did.
2 faces, sunglasses, an extra arm weapon, and a bunch of hands. Yes, and the face actually looks like the game.
Yeah, and the only thing it doesn't come with that I wish it did is blast effects, and that's fine.
Yes, they show pictures of them.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Fake
actually come
effects.
with them.
Man,
So
I
buy
just hear the music playing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent the clip to Matt.
So this makes me excited, and this guy was I think he's 75.
That's pretty good.
It should say right there. I
right
can't tell.
I mean, $15. But
It's right down
assuming
there below the black bar.
deposit is $15, $79.99 plus shipping.
Yeah. So
And-
call it $100 just in case.
No, I think the shipping was only $5.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, there you go.
$4.90 for USA domestic shipping. So
I need an Aerith, I need a Tifa, and I need a Cloud. Need them.
you're basically paying Mezco prices here.
Yeah, and that's it doesn't quite come with Mezco accessories, but how much of those Mezco accessories does one actually use?
I'll say, like, with all the pouches and all, like, that's pretty intricate right there. And I mean,
Yeah.
like, the thing about Barrett is he's got his accessories built into his arm, so
I'm looking at my Hawk figure right now, and
That's what it reminds me of. I hope it's tall too.
Should have the dimensions on there.
I'm curious
And
how
like,
this-
and T had said something about that other arm being kind of boring, and I agree. But at least they gave you a melee option for that kind of posing, so that's understandable.
Anybody else like wish in the remake that his gun arm, like, it actually had like a mode for it to have fingers?
yeah.
Did he ever have an attachment for that? Because he has all these different attachments.
I didn't recall it being an attachment, but I thought that, like, the way I always saw it in the original, and then I think they did it in Advent Children, where like the two rings kind of like moved up and the barrels of the guns became fingers.
I don't recall that ever happening.
I like the fact of it just being, again, because again he's a soldier who's living in the slums, so it was more of a necessity versus, and yes, it caused him a handicap.
Right,
So
this is a guy that literally gave up playing nice, and he doesn't need his hand anymore. He needed a fucking gun. So
He didn't care, and he walked near police.
him and Dine with their trademark injuries. Except he had like a rifle gun, a rifle arm. That was, what were you thinking?
That would be cool if he did have a replacement robot arm, sort of like Nero on Grand Theft. I mean,
Or Devil May Cry.
Or Ash from Army of Darkness.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that would be, I see him getting that hand after the war is done. Not, he's a soldier right now, so.
Although I think, oddly enough, if you go to the accessories, I think he's got right hands.
Does this show the accessories?
The last picture should be the accessories.
Oh, because I was going through the.
No. One of them. I thought one of them. There you go.
Oh, there
first
we
one.
go.
So he does have some right hands in there.
Huh.
That's unusual.
I guess you can have him be like pre-injury.
But they don't have a right forearm.
Actually, the gun might be over the socket.
Yeah, I was gonna say the gun might sleeve over the end of the arm.
So basically, you have a pre-op and a post-op version of it.
Which would be cool if it attached somehow, and then you pulled the gun off and you covered the attachment point with the sleeve, and you'd never know the difference.
But I was saying, I hope he's tall so he can or at least as tall as however tall Mezco's roadblock is gonna be.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool.
And then with G.I. Joe or maybe even Cobra.
Yeah, I don't actually see dimensions on here, so not sure. It says 1/12 scale though, so it's got to be close.
Yeah, he definitely is in proportion too. Everything it looks so official, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This brand is called BMS or Bro Toys. Bro Toys cross BMS?
Who knows?
No, I haven't looked at all these pictures. Maybe there is a cloud on here.
Well, I know there is that one cloud that is coming out. I know.
You the one I posted?
Yeah, but we don't normally cover 1/6 on here.
Matt, you saw that, right?
Does look good.
Yeah, I did. What was it? 200 and what did Kevin say? 260, 230, something like that.
I think it was 240.
You know what?
Whatever
I'm
it was,
asking you like I don't have the chat right in front of me.
If it actually comes with the bike and it's that price, or did he say that was separate?
Sorry, 350. It's 350 for him and the bike, according to Kevin Womack. So if that's wrong, blame Kevin Womack.
Yeah, I don't know. That cloud does look interesting, but yeah, oof.
It looks awesome, and then a seamless body.
Yeah.
Games Toys 1/6 Advent Children Cloud.
Oh, it's Advent Children, so there's that.
It definitely looks like an intense figure.
And T, the one thing about that Cloud though is that it does say Cloud Strife on the images.
Yes.
So if it's not official, they're being cheeky as hell.
Yeah. Because I was telling Kevin, I was like, if that's official, that's $1,000.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, it all depends on like what they paid for licensing and then, you know, what they intend to get out of it. Especially if you're a newer company, how can you make a name for yourself if you're selling a figure at like a very, very high price point?
I'm saying because of that bike and the accessories.
I mean, the bike could also just be like kind of on the cheaper side. Like you can make
It opens up for the swords.
Yeah, but I mean, like you could still have all that. Like there's some Transformers figures that like have a ton of engineering, and I'm like, man, how are they selling it for that price? You know, like in all honesty, like you know this Fans Hobby Megatron. I mean, as solid as he is, and all the stuff that he does, I'm still shocked that they can sell him for the price that he went for. You know, he's got LEDs. He comes with a Minicon figure that's, you know, got decent engineering for its size. I mean, all the spring-loaded gimmicks and fold-out panels and rubber treads. Because it's just like I think sometimes we kind of get blinded, like when the big companies cut corners and we just assume it's due to cost, and then you get like a third-party company that still does it anyway and doesn't up the price.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, we know two of you guys are going to get them, so.
I think Jordan just pre-order it right now.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's really cool, but it's just I can't go down any rabbit holes.
Yeah, I'm with Jordan on
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe is different because I grew up with G.I. Joe. It's like G.I. Joe, Turtles.
You grew up with Barrett.
I grew up playing a game that had Barrett in it, but I don't necessarily. I like, so I guess like Mortal Kombat's one thing, because when I was a kid, we had those G.I. Joe Mortal Kombat figures around the time the Mortal Kombat movie came out.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, it's funny. I think we talked about it once on the show. Like, what was your first experience being like really disappointed with a toy? And I think for me, it was that Johnny Cage versus Goro set. You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
These things are like KB exclusives, and they had they were, I think, from Kenner. Let me see before we wrap things up here. They also had.
I don't remember Goro being sold at all.
Yeah, so he was like a KB Toys exclusive.
I vaguely remember it.
And let me see if I can.
That's probably why. Around that time, I wasn't walking in the KB.
So yeah, this would have been like 1994, 1995. I think 1995. Yeah, special movie edition. And yeah, this was just really disappointing.
Look how little it is.
Yeah, they were G.I. Joe. They were 3 3/4.
Matt's computer died again.
Ah, crap. But so for me, having like Mortal Kombat figures that represent like kind of like what I remember, you know, they're
depending on which sport you played, Goro wasn't all that tall.
Yeah, that's true. You know, especially depending on the version too, since he's like Mortal Kombat 4, he wasn't that big. He was like the console exclusive fighter. And then now it's funny to think that he's like he and Shao Kahn are now regular roster characters.
Right.
Well, I mean, technically he wasn't in Mortal Kombat 11, but he was in X.
I hated fighting Shao Kahn.
Mm-hmm.
His energy would deplete so small.
It's funny, like so I have the 1-Up arcade in my basement, and I think Shao Kahn's easier in Mortal Kombat 2, but in Mortal Kombat 3, it's like good fucking luck, because he's like the cheapest of cheap fighters. Like I was playing Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, I got to him and I was just like, I gotta go to bed. I gotta Yeah. Like you can adjust the difficulty on the arcades, but it's like still doesn't do you any good. He's just gonna knee you to death, and then he's gonna laugh at you, and then when you get back over to him, he's gonna like whip out his hammer and hit you before you can even pull off a special.
It's official. You suck.
Yes, he'll say that a lot. So it's like, just give me some human opponents on my Mortal Kombat. Please.
Oh gosh.
All right, but yeah, no more rabbit holes. G.I. Joe is something I grew up with. I always wanted Mortal Kombat, but I can't go down anything else. But we'll still talk about it. We'll still say whether we think it's cool, whether it's worth your time.
And if you collect it and you like it, guess what?
You win.
So, on that note,
all right. That'll wrap it up for tonight's episode of Figure Action. Thank you to everybody who came to the chat, who hung out with us tonight, who dropped a comment, who dropped a like. Make sure that you're subscribed, and make sure that you ring that notification bell, because tomorrow there will be a video up about how you can enter to win yourself this guy, and a Figure Action t-shirt. Now, of course, those will be in the brand new in the box, and the t-shirt will come shipped to you from the Teespring store. So next week's show, we'll announce a winner. Make sure you're a subscriber. Make sure you're in the continental U.S., which includes Canada. And make sure you follow the instructions to a T on the video. It'll be very simple. It'll be coming back to this video, dropping a comment. It'll probably be a hashtag that I can't specify yet. I'm going to specify that in the video tomorrow. So make sure you watch it.
Can I enter?
And you could, but you won't win because you're on the show. Besides, don't you already have both figures?
It'll be free shipping to me.
I mean, that is true, but do you really need to? Anyway, that'll do it. Thank you, Winston. Hope you have a great night and weekend. All of you, I hope you have a great night and weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, good night.
And we'll see you all here next Thursday, same Figure Action time, 9 o'clock Eastern, and same Figure Action channel,
Bye, this
Figure
Batman.
Action YouTube channel. Have a good one.